Hello everyone, it's Grid21 back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a plugin tutorial video called the Star Wars plugin. And I'm here with the creator of the Star Wars plugin, TheTruePrime.
Hello.
And we are going to be going over all the features of the plugin and some of the worlds that are included in the plugin, because actually there are worlds in the plugin that it generates when you generate the files and such. So, TruePrime, how would you like to go over some of the things that are in this plugin?
Okay, so you've got lightsabers and blasters and arties and robots and force powers and all this kind of stuff. So let's get started.
Alright then. So, first thing we have are the lightsabers. And these lightsabers are very cool in the fact that you can actually craft and determine their color by using purple dye or any color dye, and using blocks of diamond. For instance, looking at the purple source, use 2 blocks of diamond, use iron ingot and redstone in the middle, and that gives you a unbreaking enchantment and a sharpness enchantment. So it's a very powerful tool and would do quite a lot of damage. As I know there's a bat around here. Maybe perhaps I could try using it on something like that. Well, anyway, it would do quite a lot of damage if you were on a PvP or RPG server. Next down the line we have a red lightsaber, and again, same concept. Most of the recipes of making lightsabers are pretty much the same. The only thing that changes is just what dye color that you use, and the enchantment is basically the same for all the swords. Anyway, like we have a green sword in here, and it has unbreaking 10 and sharpness enchantment 100. And we have a blue lightsaber and just has sharpness level 100. So that's it for the lightsabers. And then oh wait, is there more in here? Okay, so now we're getting into blasters. So do you want to explain the blasters really quick?
Okay, so you've got a normal blaster and a sniper blaster. So the normal blaster, well, both blasters, when you aim them, they'll shoot absolutely straight for pretty much 2,000 blocks. And they both have special abilities when you left click. So if you left click with the blaster, it will launch a grappling hook, which you can then wind yourself towards by right clicking. And if you have the sniper blaster rifle, you can left click, well, you can't see this, but you left click and it will zoom you in. And then you can look down and zoom out. Still got straight shots, in fact slightly more powerful. Yeah.
And that is crafted using 3 blocks of iron and redstone in the middle, and then a piece of glass on top. And then for the blaster rifle, it's just the same one, except you're not using any glass. It's just a standard. It just looks like this, as you can see here. And we need to set the time again. There we go. Okay. So from there we have, let's see. Okay, so we're talking about Jedi robes. So again, do you want to explain this? I think you could probably do it better than I could.
Okay, well, basically, it's better to actually start with the Force. So here you have the different, in this chest, you have the different Force powers. So this range, at the top are all the negative Force powers, so the Sith powers, and at the bottom are all the Jedi powers, so the kind of more positive ones, and in the middle are kind of additions, which are kind of applicable to both. So I'm going to start with Force Grip, which is kind of the expected Force power. I'll use it on this block here. So you simply right click once, and then it's under your control, and it's going where I'm looking. When you click again, it will apply gravity to it, and it will fall down.
That's actually pretty cool. Because when we were using it the other day, I didn't actually see how well, because as you know, in Minecraft, stone does not have any gravity physics. The only blocks that have gravity physics are sand, but that's pretty cool that you were able to generate gravity physics to stone, or for that matter, any object that does not normally have gravity physics. So that's very cool.
Yeah, and I can also use it on players or mobs, so I'll use it on you.
Oh wow, that's freaky. Very
So
cool.
Then I can link it onto you. There you go.
Ah.
I'm using it on grass. There we go.
Very
so
cool.
then you have force push. So you can use that on blocks. You can't see this, but actually, I can. No, I'll just use it here. So you can charge. There are about 4 different settings which you reach by charging it. Right click once to charge, and then right click again, and it will fire what you've charged up. So I've just charged it once, and it's pushed 1 block. Yeah.
Okay. So you just push the block through the wall here. Now, you will, when you are using this block, you will have to right click and charge it every time, and sometimes the effect that you might get... Oh, what happened? I left the game.
I've lost the signal. Go on.
The effect that you might get will vary. That is, in the fact that how many blocks did you push at one time can vary. Is this configurable in the config file?
No, what will happen is the longer you leave it to charge, the more blocks you'll push.
Okay.
Just getting a bit of lag here.
That's alright. Alright,
so,
cool.
If you actually leave it to charge to 100%, I can push the majority of this wall back.
That would be very cool to see.
If the lag doesn't give up on me. I can actually swap computers temporarily. That might help me. Anyway. Here we go. So I'm now on 100%, and I can push this whole wall back. Ready?
Yep. Oh wow.
So there you go.
That's very cool right there. And it will push whatever, like for instance, as you can see, these 2 blocks were actually right here. So whatever is in front, so for instance this wall was right here, it looks like it will not push any other blocks it will actually pass through the blocks that are behind it, apparently.
Yeah, it's very much pushing just one plane at a time. I could develop that at a later point, but that's what it's for at the moment. And also, if you charge it not completely, it will just leave you with a kind of indented wall, like this, like that. So just kind of indented.
That does look very cool, by the way.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So, what are some of the other force powers then in that case?
Well, first, I just must push you back a bit.
Oh yes, forgot to mention it does work on players as well.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that is using the Molohi, is that how that's said? Music disc.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
However you say it.
So
what disc do you have? So what disc do you have in your hand, and what does it do?
All right. So I have. Currently I have C418-Ward. So that's WARD. And this one is Force Mind Trick. So it has essentially 3 different effects, but none of them work on blocks. So the first one is on players. So I've just clicked on you now, and it applies you with nauseating and blindness.
Oh my gosh, that is just the weirdest effect.
And what you can do is, if this is applied to you, you can right-click again, and it will remove the effect on you.
Yes, please, because it's very dizzying.
So you just pick it up now, right-click.
Ah, there we go.
So you can pass it back.
Okay. Now, does the effects of this disc wear off on its own over time, or is it that
Yeah, it does. I think it only works for about 25 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the next one is on any other mob apart from villagers. So I'll take a sheep. Always get sheep and ghast confused. So if you right-click on it, it will literally just start walking in that direction, and it will stop in about 200 blocks time. So it's good if you've got something following you.
And actually, it died.
It obviously died. It couldn't. It was too tormented having to walk. But so if there's something chasing after you, you can just use it, and it will start running away. Yeah.
Wow, that sheep's really demented right there.
I know.
Very cool. Okay, so we'll go over some of the other music discs then. Getting a bit of lag here.
Oh no, wait! You must experience villagers.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Oh no.
Alright, now, let's talk... So, normally when you right-click on villagers, they offer the standard tray with an emerald and a bookshelf or things like that. Basically kind of useless things. What this will do on this is when you right-click a villager, it will actually give you a different effect. So, for instance, trading cobblestone for 7 diamonds. I mean, that does not happen every day, you know? So, that's a very, very cool effect.
And if you don't want your friends being able to get this amazing trade, just right-click again and it will convert it back to a simple one.
Okay. Sorry, one of my friends just got me on Skype here. Alright. So, we will now go on to the... Is that all what covers on that one?
Yep, that's all of Force Mind Trick.
Alright, let's look at some of the other discs.
I think Force Choke next, so an Evil Force, this one.
Alright.
So.
I'm going to change my... Now this one, you have to have your game mode at 0.
And this only works on players, doesn't work on any other creature.
Okay, so what he will do is you'll right-click me, and then I will essentially start dying, and I'm going like, and then
and
eventually
also
I will
it raises
die.
you up into the air. Sorry, just kill you.
Oh dear, I have to teleport back to you.
I got it.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I should have put one of my teleporting plugins in here.
So, I just noticed that you're actually a Sith.
Really?
Yeah, so if you say anything, just speak.
Hello.
Actually says you're a Sith. So if we just touch briefly on this, if you craft anything bad like a red lightsaber, it will turn you into a Sith, whereas if you craft something like a blue lightsaber, it turns you into a Jedi. Anyway, back with forces.
Let's try one of the ones in the middle, perhaps.
Yeah.
Because you briefly touched on that in the beginning.
Right, so this one here is Force Repulse. So what this does is it launches everyone in an area around you backwards a very, very far distance. So there's only you here at the moment, but I'll use it anyway.
Oh wow.
So launches you back.
That's very cool. Yeah, we were trying this on a couple mobs actually, and it was launching zombies and stuff a rather far distance. Now I believe you said if you hold shift, it will pull everybody towards you, correct?
Yeah, except for it doesn't work on players, so I'm just gonna spawn a few sheep.
A few.
So if I hold shift, and then they should all get sucked towards me. Like that.
That's very cool.
And say if you take this cookie, where are you?
I'm right above you here.
Okay, just take a cookie.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, it's a phone going off. Anyway, so I can actually take this out of your hand using the force. So if I hold shift, I can then right click, as well as sucking all the sheep, it also sucks that cookie.
Oh wow.
So
That's
I've also got.
That's very cool. Okay, so is that all that covers on that one then?
Yeah. So yeah, I can suck that item out of your hand.
Now, does this also work if the person's holding a lightsaber? Does it work on any item then?
It does work on absolutely any item, but of course that person can just suck it straight back again if they have the disc.
Okay.
And now I've got all these sheep wandering. I'll just touch briefly back to lightsabers. One aspect I missed, which is a lightsaber throw. So you can throw your lightsaber at various animals.
I have to find you again. Oh, there you are. My mouse was glitching out slightly.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the sheep. I'm nowhere in range of going to kill it, but I just hold shift and left click, and you see my lightsaber just popped up there, and it killed it, and then
comes right back to you.
Yeah.
That's it's a very cool feature.
Yeah, and you can actually kill really absolutely loads. So I've got all these villagers over here, and if I throw my lightsaber,
Wow.
Then they all die.
That's very cool. And
Anyway,
it's also, I believe, works for on players as well.
yeah, yes it does, but you have to be in survival.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. There's a bit more about lightsabers, but we'll come back when we come back. So, next bit, Force. Force Lightning.
Oh, this is my favorite one. I like this. Now, what disc is this?
This is disc C418-STAL, so that's STAL.
Okay.
So this one, where you right click, makes a lightning strike. If you right click on a player or animal, it will set it on fire.
Poor sheepy! Oh no! Eventually we'll kill them.
Very much so.
That's a very cool effect. I like that.
Yeah,
right.
So that's that. Next bit. Force Poison. In fact, there are three there are 3 discs all in this kind of set, which are Force Poison, which is disc C418 blocks, C418 weight, and C418 cat. I'll do it in order like that.
Okay.
Right? So C418 blocks is Force Poison. So you just right click on your target and it gives a poison effect. If you right click with it, it will cure you of poison.
Oh, oh well, I didn't grab it in time, but yeah, basically, like you said, if you were holding it and you right clicked, it would essentially heal you. And that effect, I believe, lasts for about 30 seconds. I think I counted in there. I caught the counter midway. But that's a very very cool effect. So what else does this have? Any other effects, or is that it?
No, that is it. That one. And then you've got another one like that, which is Force Slow. So the same rules apply. Right click to apply it. If it's been applied to you, just right click and you'll be cured of it. So this is Force Slow.
And walk very. Actually, I can't even walk at all. I'm just zoomed in. Oh wow. That's.
What I do find is you can, if you hold an item and then I use it on you, try and hitting with the item.
Whoa, that is freaky. That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so.
That's a very cool effect. And that has slowness 3 and mining. That's great. That's a cool effect there.
Yeah. You're gonna have to cut. Oh no! Someone's applied slow motion!
I didn't do it.
Okay, probably myself. Anyway, so you've got that one, and then finally you've got Force Stealth, or Force Invisibility. So, very simply applies the invisibility potion effect to you.
Oh wow.
And you're just completely invisible. Well, of course, with the potion effect to the bubbles, but you're pretty much completely invisible. And I'm actually going to stay invisible for the next one, which is a good force ability, which is Force Sense. So if you right click, what it does is it tells you who's around you. So it's telling me there's a villager 11 blocks away, there's a sheep 4 blocks away, but because you're invisible, it's saying there's a presence of someone nearby. So I don't know who that is and I don't know where they are, but I know they're nearby somewhere, so you have to be very careful.
And this is done with the music disc weight. This is C418's music disc weight. And then the one that you're using, which disc is that?
That's C418-FAR.
Okay.
So I'm going to make myself visible again.
I believe that went there. Oh, how? Oh, I thought I put it. Oh dear. Somehow I'm still invisible. I thought I undid that. Oh, my Minecraft is doing this thing I hate. It doesn't let me put stuff in my inventory. Oh no, maybe it's letting me do it. Okay. All right, there we go. I do not know how that happened. Yeah, apparently, when you right-click a chest, it also makes you invisible if you're holding the disc, so it's best that you, do not hold the disc while you're accessing a chest.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on to the final two now, which are Force Flight, which is disc C418-Chirp, and Force Sphere, which is C418-13. So, if you want to show off Force Flight, it's basically a very fast flight at the moment.
So
It's going to be configurable, but I haven't actually got around to doing it yet.
Yes, it's very challenging to control the speed of it, but it is rather fun to use. So as soon as you right click it, I can immediately start flying around, and it's sort of like having the zombie fly mod. Actually, is what it reminds me of. In that eventually the speed will be configurable, but just the fact of being able to fly while you're in survival.
Yeah. So, and then the last force power is Force Sphere. So, basically what this does is it hurts everyone around you. And also it protects you from arrows. It doesn't deflect them like the lightsaber does, which we'll come back to.
I'm trying to put the disc away, and I'm right clicking, and it's somehow making me fly around. Okay, there we go. Now put that back. I think that was there. Huh? Drop it. Oh, come on, mouse. Okay, now we're good. Sorry about that.
No problem. So yeah, Force Sphere. So if I just right click and it just hurts everyone around you. I think it's if you click 4 times that will kill a player.
Okay.
I'm not sure. So that hurts everyone around you. That's in the same radius as it will make people fly back with force repulse, and it protects you from arrows. Just when you're holding it, you don't have to right click.
Very cool.
And that is all the force powers. There you go.
Alrighty. Need to change my gamer back to 1. So finally, we're on to clones.
Oh wait.
Huh?
There are some more force power things.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
I was standing in front of the sign. I was like, oh wait, that's right. There's more chests there. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in here you've got jump boots and speed and jump boots. So the speed and jump boots is obviously a bit more costly, but what they do is pretty much what it says on the tin, which is basically make you jump high. So if I put on, I'm in survival mode, so I'm in survival mode, and it, as well as protecting you from damage when you fall, so it's good for use with force flight, but also it makes you jump very high. So what is configurable is to make it have an effect, you can press shift and then it will have an effect, so you can just jump normally. Yeah.
Very cool.
So
you would jump on normal. Wow. You're going so fast I can't even keep up with you. Very
so
cool.
that's those ones, which are force jump boots, and then you've got force speed boots, force speed and jump boots. So they make you jump the same as before, so high, but also it gives you a speed potion, which makes you run very fast, like this.
Oh wow.
So, in fact, you can run, I think it's about 10 blocks per second, though, don't hold me to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that speed, it's really quite fast. It's good for travelling long distances if you don't want to fly up in the air.
Right. And that is crafted with 2 iron ingots on the left and 2 iron ingots on the right, and 2 diamond in the middle for the jump force boots. And then for the speed and jump force boots, you basically have 6 diamonds in your crafting table filling the first 2 rows.
Right, and then these are the force roads. So in here you can see most of the force powers which we covered earlier, but they're all in one suit. So if you take the Jedi robe or the Sith robe, and without holding a disc you can just right click a block and it's like you're using force grip.
Oh, wow.
Or you can left click and it will start charging your force push. Like that.
Wow, very cool.
Or you can, if you hold shift and right click a villager, you can use the force mind trick. Or you can hold shift and left click the ground and you can use force sense. That's the basic idea. You have to be very careful when clicking chests though, because you can just accidentally completely empty them. So, which I won't demonstrate, but you can check more details on the website about what right click and left click does what.
Yeah, all the information and all the information and crafting that you will need. We'll also put a link in the description below to the dev page in which you can download this plugin and check out for yourself.
Yeah, so now moving on to clones. So hopefully if you're watching this video you've seen Star Wars at some point, and you'll know that they have massive clone armies. So what you do to create a cloning machine is you place a sign down, and on the second line in square brackets you write capital C, capital M, and it will create a cloning machine. If I can wait out the lag.
And I somehow have received a jetpack.
Oh, I think that I may have exploded a chest by creating this machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I see what happened.
So this is the first pen, and that is the second pen where your clone is created. So if I'm not wearing anything, then I can press the button up to 8 times, and it will create 8 clones around me. So these clones will follow me exactly where I'm walking. And if I take a blaster rifle from earlier, when you right click, you can make them all shoot with you as well.
Wow. That is that's a very awesome effect right there.
So if I then put on a leather jacket or a leather chest plate, and when you right click, you can create up to 24 clones. So it creates a 5x5 ring around you. So now you've got quite a lot of clones, and still when you right click, it'll still make them all shoot.
Wow. And what are the enchantments on these things, or is there not any enchantments on it?
There's not any enchantments. These are just plain old equipment you can just make by killing a cow, or just normal leather.
Cool.
And then you can wear an iron chest plate, and this will allow you to have 48 clones, so a 7x7 ring.
Oh wow.
Square even.
Let's see, there's quite a lot of villagers here.
So here we go. These are all the villagers now.
And same effect if you're shooting, it does quite a lot of damage. In fact, it actually kind of lags a little bit.
Yeah, I know, it's just ridiculous. So this is all running good, and they will take damage if someone just shoots inward, and that will work. But what you can do, actually, I'll cover this one thing first, which is you can wear an iron helmet, and it will make your whole army go invisible. So it's like a stealth operation. So they're all gone.
So he has all the clones with him, and as you can see, the potion effect around everybody, including him. And the clones are still there, but they are all invisible. Now, one little thing I have to say about this, though, is that unfortunately the armor is sort of a dead giveaway. But
Yeah, I know.
But when you take it off, though, and then suddenly there's this massive army, everybody would probably be running, actually. Especially if you were in a survival, that would be pretty scary.
But what's quite cool is you can still shoot, and then the arrows just come from nearly nowhere.
That is really cool.
Anyway, so I'll keep my chest plate on and take that off. So this is all good, but if you don't want to be in the war ground, you can get one of these, which is a clone remote. So you look at the crafting recipe, you can see it's just like leather leggings, but you put a redstone powder in the middle, and you get a clone remote. So like this. So now, when I right click on the ground, they've now stopped following me, so I can just run over here. And I can choose where they go by right clicking on the ground. So the moment they're all kind of gathering over there, but if I want to make them run towards the sea, I can just do that now. And then they all kind of group together and run.
That's really very cool.
So, make them run back again.
They all look so funny running together. Because knowing how villagers normally operate, it's just very funny to watch all that.
For some weird reason, they don't actually look where they're running, so if you want them to shoot, which you can still just by right-clicking their shoot, but they only look in one direction, so yeah, not always very good.
Perhaps a later configuration might fix the problem.
Yeah.
Later update to the plugin, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? And then you just take off the trousers, and you have to find the guy in the middle. But once you punch him, you should.
I think it's actually this fella right here.
Where is he?
He's this guy right where I'm standing. This guy here. The guy that I'm punching. I'm right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is him.
Yeah, you're right, it's him. So then once you kill him, then they all go back to following you again. Just like that. I'm actually dying of hunger at the moment. I'll just give myself some bread. So once you take off your chest plate, then they all just become villagers again, apart from your original 8. So they'll stay with you. And you just have to punch a villager to remove it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way of spamming a server with villagers.
Yeah. And if you want to get rid of them fast, are you in creative?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you can throw your lightsaber and it will.
Returning back to the lightsaber effect then.
Yeah, it will kill them quite quickly. So it's a good way to do it. Or of course you can use explosives, but that's not a very safe way to do it.
No. Very cool. Very cool.
And not really clone related, but there's this one little gizmo. Gizmo? Not really a cool word, but a clone glider. So basically, it allows you to. It has the same effect as like if you're wearing jump boots, except for it's much cheaper to make. It only takes 2 iron ingots and some redstone. And when you wear it, it will glide you down safely to where you want to go. In fact, if you have a very high mountain, you can glide for many thousands of blocks. In fact, so it's quite cool. But if I can actually run up the speeder tower over here, I might be able to see it a bit better. Right, so.
Very cool. So you just glided right off the platform there.
Yeah, and you have a perfect safe landing. No damage dealt at all. Okay, so that is clones. Next bit.
Okay. So that and the clone glider is made like you would with making leather armor, but you said just with redstone dust in the middle. Or how's that crafted?
It's crafted. Look in the chest. It's just 2 iron ingots and a redstone in the middle.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was for something else. All right, cool.
Okay. Right. So next bit is bounty hunters, of which the chest seems to have been semi-destroyed. But in here, basically down this row is all the different armor parts of bounty hunters. So you start with night vision goggles. You've got a jetpack, which you picked up, hopefully.
Oh.
Then you've got bounty hunter leggings and bounty hunter boots in that chest at the end.
I wonder what the chest went for that. So I'll try one of the jetpack effects then. And you have to be in survival for obvious reasons because this is a jetpack. So when you, as you can see, I'm hitting the space bar and I'm getting higher and higher and higher, and it creates a explosion effect, like if I were actually flying.
Yeah.
So that's a cool effect, especially like the explosion sound in Minecraft.
Yeah. Also, can you see the smoke as well?
Yes, I did see that. There was smoke as the effect here. Let me hand this to you.
Right. So I'm kitting up as a full. So I'm a full bounty hunter now, and it's all chainmail armor, but it has a unique crafting recipe. In fact, I'll put the chest back for a jetpack in a minute. But you have to be wearing most of the armor to actually use the weapons that come along with bounty hunters. So what you have 3 different weapons. One is called a sound bomb, which is crafted like a chest, but made out of iron blocks with TNT in the middle. So, and that's called a seismic charge. So this has a firework effect and then a flat explosion. So I'm going to fly up quite high so it doesn't actually explode anything. But that's
wow. That was actually kind of pretty. That's a really cool effect.
So that is seismic charge, and each of those explosions has the same power as about half a block of TNT.
Okay.
So then you have thermal detonators, which aren't very expensive to make, and they look just like snowballs.
So these are made using iron ingots placed like so, and gunpowder in the middle.
If you actually want to pick it up, you can show what it looks like in the inventory. And you see it's got a space underneath it.
Somehow I've misplaced. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yes.
So it has a space underneath it, and that makes it have you can then throw this like a normal snowball. If you're wearing bounty hunter armor, you can't throw it if you're not.
Oh.
And that will have an immediate effect of an explosion when it lands. But if you left click, you can then press E and we can look at it again in the inventory.
Yep, I see the basically will change the delay time in which the explosion will actually go off.
Yeah. So if you pass it back.
Absolutely. There you go. Should be right there.
Brilliant. So it's on a 1 second delay. I'll just set it there. So 3 second delay. So you can throw this at the ground and it will go off for 3 seconds. But what you can do is you can throw it at the ground, then pick it up again before it goes off. And if it doesn't go off when you pick it up, it won't make an explosion. So there you go. That's on the ground. You can pick it up, and then you can throw it again, and it will make an explosion after 3 seconds. There you go.
Very cool effect. Oh, trying to get my mouse to work. Alright.
And finally, you've got the homing rocket launcher. So this one, I think you have to have gunpowder for it to work, but I've already got some. So then you right click and it will shoot an arrow. And then where it lands, it will then home on to the nearest mob, and then it will then explode. Like this. Boom.
Very cool.
And that explosion size is actually configurable, as is the thermal detonator explosion size.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So there we go. That is Bounty Hunters. Next bit. So I think we're on to Miscellaneous now. So these are just kind of other random bits and bobs I put in. So in episode 1, you've got Jedi breathers, so that allows you to breathe underwater without taking damage.
Okay. Space beer milk. I've got to know what this is.
So you can drink it, and then when you say stuff, say like, do the washing up, like that. So it's like
Ta-da.
say something like, I don't know, do a dance.
Don't I dance? Oh, nice.
So if you say, I will help you.
I won't help you. Ah, so it affects how you actually come out with your message.
Yeah, so that was just a kind of random thing I was having a bit of fun with. Yeah, that was originally going to go in with Siths, so when you try and say something, if you're turning into a Sith, it will make you say something evil, but I decided I should just put it with some beer. Anyway. That'll be changed. But, so this Jedi breather, if you put it on, you can then just swim in the ocean and in survival, and you will never, ever take damage. You can stay under there for hours.
Let me put that on then. It's time to swim. Oot. Oh, I've fallen into a hole. That was not how I wanted it. I was trying to avoid it. I fell in anyway. Okay, so we go under. As you can see, I'm not taking any damage at all.
So the bubbles will go down, and then you still won't take any damage. What you can actually do is, if I don't know if you've got a lightsaber on you, but you can still, your lightsaber glows in the dark when you're holding it, but it also actually glows underwater, which is quite useful.
Oh, I shall go grab one of those and try it out then. As soon as I get out of the water. You run over here. Let's see, sure, green, I will take. Oh, if my mouse would stop glitching on me. There we go. Okay, so I'm actually... Oh, and I might wanted to... We should probably add also that when you are holding a lightsaber and you're on ground, a torch will follow you wherever you go, creating the light effect.
Oh, I'll just make it daytime. Nope.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And while we've got lightsabers, just one last thing about lightsabers is you can, as well as it protects you from damage, so like when you're normally blocking, but it's 100% effective. So if there's a zombie after, you can just block and it will never be able to hurt you. But also if there's like a skeleton shooting at you, when the arrow hits you, you can actually deflect it right back at them and it will hit them. So if you block, I can shoot at you, so with a blaster or anything. And then you see it's just landed here.
Right.
I'm not actually in creative, so I might take some damage here.
It still generates the right effect then. But that's very cool. And then when you switch your to another item, the glowing effect goes away. Let's see what can go in. Oh, there we go. Put this one back in here. And then I shall take this off back in the miscellaneous, which I believe was over here. Yep. Okay, so what is the next thing that we should go over then?
Right, so I think the next thing is this is stuff we can come back to with R2-D2s. So I reckon R2-D2 should be the next thing.
Alright then.
I should actually clear my inventory, I've got so many things. Right, anyway. So R2-D2s can be any colour, and you make them, as you can see here.
You basically will make them by putting iron fence around them, and then you put the wool, and then the slab, I believe you said was the last thing, goes on top, correct?
Yeah, so I've made a blue R2-D2 here. So here, just follow me around, and he can jump and move around. He is a bit slower than me, especially if he's climbing up a hill or something. So if I say I run over here, he's not going to be able to keep up with me very well. So if you lose him, or even if you like teleport to a different map or world or anything, you can right-click twice on a block, and it will teleport him straight to you.
That's very cool.
So also, an R2 can hold about 18 items for you. He's got a little inventory when you right-click on him.
Yes, as I do not have one, actually I will create one and I will demonstrate this for you since I have... Let me clear my inventory out, gee, no, goodness. Alright, just need to look for some... Okay, so I will craft one myself. Oh wait, that's lapis, what am I doing? I need a piece of wool. There we go. Alright, so you will do it like this, like so. And I've created an R2-D2 droid for myself. And when I go to right-click him, you see I have a lever to switch him off. I have a furnace, which is very cool. And then I have a crafting bench that he carries with him as well. And as well as being able to store things, so I could throw all this stuff in here. And he would essentially store it. Which is very cool. So I'll just switch you off.
Also, if you want to, if you're, say, flying in creative, he won't be able to follow you up, but if you click on his head, then he can hover, so that basically means he doesn't go down. I mean, here... No? He should still follow you.
Oh, hover mode enabled.
So, they'll still follow you, but they won't be able to go up or down.
So if I were to go up, he doesn't follow. He'll still follow me, but he doesn't go up. And if I were to go down, same effect. However, if I hover mode is disabled, so you have to. If you disable hover mode, it looks like he'll come down eventually. Hover mode enabled. There we go. I'll have to get to a block where he There we go. That should be good. Oh, if I can just get to him. Oh, no, stop. There we go.
You can always teleport him to you if it's a problem.
There we go. Alright, so that is the basic abilities of droids.
Yeah, and also you can build a C-3PO. It's pretty much the same. And he'll follow you around and you can teleport him to you. He has the same inventory as a double chest, but he can't open a crafting table or a furnace, and he can't do what we're about to show you next, which is create ships.
Aha, the long-awaited creating ships in Minecraft.
So here we have our R2-D2. So if I'm to take just a single block of iron in my hand, I can right-click on R2, and it will make a ship, and then it will plot me in the sea, like that. So this is a basic ship, but you can have a slightly bigger ship, and you can even go to an X-wing. So I'll show you the X-wing.
Okay. Oh wow, that's really cool looking.
And as I said earlier, you can choose what colour you want your R2 to be, and that colour will reflect in the design of the ship.
I was about to make that note that will essentially affect the color of it. So that's very cool right there. And here, a little R2 actually just sits right in the back or wherever he would normally sit, and that will be your that'll be your ship. Now, if you craft a ship, it is basically yours, and nobody else can operate but you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the TheTruePrime's ship, and he would be the only one to control it and to fly in it.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a small ship again, to show you the next bit, which is you can, if you see this repeater here, this is different abilities. So only one of them actually works, but the first setting, when it's not changed at all, that will shoot missiles, but that's not implemented yet. Then the second setting will shoot slightly more powerful shots of the fire charges. And then third one, which is implemented, so if you put it on the third setting, use a wooden spade and right click here, it will close a cockpit around you.
Oh wow, very cool.
And then you can right click again and it'll open. And then the final one will be landing gear, but none of that is implemented. And using the same wooden spade, you can close the cockpit, and then you can fly your ship using that. So if you've ever used the plug and move craft, it's just like that, but you right click and it will move your ship. First it's 1 block, and then it will move you 2 blocks up to a speed of about 3, 4, and then you can go about 9 blocks a click. If you want to reduce the speed back down again, you can left click, and then it reduces it back down to one block a second, and then it will gradually build up again.
That's very cool.
So you can go, and the ship will face in whichever way you click. So
that's the only thing I noticed, is that for some reason it seems to throw you out of the cockpit when you're using it. I'm not sure if that's just a graphical thing of Minecraft, or that's just how it's done.
I think what that is it positions you relative to R2, but that's not detecting of direction. So, for example, if you're here, it will generate you here, but if the ship's going that way, it will still generate you here, but the ship is now between those 2 blocks instead of you being in the middle of them.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is, and a bit of lazy coding for me. Anyway.
Alright, force fields. Do you want to go over force fields next?
Yeah, force fields. So there are 2 different sizes of force fields. You build them like this, fairly simple. 2 iron blocks or a gold block for a slightly bigger one. And you need the redstone torch off, and then you flick it to turn it on, flick it again to turn it off.
Oh wow, that is so cool.
So this is a completely protective zone. So no one can break the thing. And if you turn it on,
okay.
either of them. So I'm going to get some TNT.
Oh, this should be good.
I'll cover the top in TNT. I'll try and set it off, but your force field completely protects it.
Oh wow, that's very cool.
And it's unbreakable, so I'll try and break some of the blocks, but I can't get in.
Oh, that's very cool. That is a fantastic effect, actually. I love that. You could actually, for instance, if you had a small area around your spawn, if your spawn was very small, you could actually use this to protect and re-protect it easily.
Yeah, eventually there will be one where you can use a diamond block to create it, and it will make a really quite big shield. The same with clones. Eventually, if you wear a diamond chest plate, it will give you an army of 80. But these,
oh, wow.
I just don't have the kind of computing power at the moment to do it in an efficient way. So at the moment, this creates too much lag.
Okay.
Right. So speeders.
Absolutely.
So I've positioned this up here because there is a risk that when you first activate your speeder, it will just literally crash straight into the ground. So that's quite hard. But what you can do is just right click on the seat and then you'll sit in it.
You've gone invisible to for me you have gone invisible to me for some reason. Alright, okay. I see you.
Okay. So I can sit in the seat like this. The lever on the right is go, so I won't flick that yet, but the lever on the left is it shoots the dispenser. So that's actually quite cool because there's no wiring here, it's completely wireless.
That's very cool.
That's the same technology that eventually ships will be able to shoot. Anyway, the shortcuts, you can actually use a shortcut, so you can left click to go/stop, or you can right click to shoot your thing without actually flicking the levers. That's just when you're driving, it's quite hard to flick the levers, but anyway. So I can right click now and I'll build up my speed slowly. I'll start going off slowly and then eventually it flies very similarly to Force Flight, except for you get a bit of an introduction, as in it speeds you up only slowly.
Oh wow.
If you crash into anything, it will make your speeder explode, as I'm about to demonstrate there. So, main explosion. And you just left click while you're flying to stop, quite simply. I'm getting a bit of lag, so it's kind of hard for me to fly, but
right.
That's the basic gist.
So that's a very cool little feature there, and it you notice that when he was flying as if he was in creative, and I believe it's just using the creative game mode 1 to allow you to fly in the speeder, but keeping the shape of the speeder, correct?
Yeah, pretty much, but you can still take damage.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, another clue about the next update, there are going to be pod races from episode 1. You can custom build a pod racer, and put an engine in it, and then you can race them. They work similar to speeders.
That will be very cool.
Yeah, that's 1.8.5. Look forward to it.
Alright. So we covered holograms, or did we cover... No, we had not, I believe not. So go ahead and go over a basic form of holograms then.
So you just put 4 iron bars around like this, and then you just simply put a beacon in the middle, and bam, it builds a hologram with you on it.
Oh, very
So
cool.
what you can do with this is you can right click on the center beacon, and if you don't click anything, what it will do is it will create an image of what's the blocks around me. So if you want to click on the beacon, but then just click off it again, like escape.
Okay.
So there's nothing at the moment, but if I stand on top of this block, can you see that I'm standing on some grass?
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh wow. And I see your droid is also there too. Whoa.
It does get a bit laggy if you try to move around.
That's very interesting, actually. And so you are somewhere around here, but we're seeing your droid was deleted. Oh wow! Oh, yeah, I shall try to make fun of myself then.
And actually, to reduce lag, what I've done is only the person who's clicked on it and then escaped can see the blocks around it. So it's kind of a solo kind of messaging.
Oh wow, that's Oh, I can see where it does cause quite a bit of lag. Oh goodness. Wow. But it will basically generate the blocks that I'm walking on around my hologram. You see
So,
there.
also what you can do is if you right click on the hologram, it will show other users who you can call. So I'm actually a different rank. Oh, where have you gone?
Disconnected by server.
So there are ranks. There are different ranks from what you crafted. I touched on briefly earlier, but you can only call someone who's the same rank as you. So that's why I'm going to just change you to a normal person. So then when you right click on the thing, there are 2 blocks of stone here because there are 2 users online. But if you hover over them, it will display a name, and just click the name and it will then display that user.
Oh wow.
There's also another thing enabled that means if someone's on a different planet, say what we can see in a minute, normally you wouldn't be able to talk to each other, or in specialized plugins you can't do that, but you can have the permission to talk across worlds, but for default users you can't talk across worlds. But if you have a hologram connecting you, then you can talk across worlds.
That's very cool.
That's the idea. So you just break the hologram to destroy the center block to destroy the hologram. Okay, so
Very cool.
yeah. So next bit we've got the commands. So you've got /SW rank, and then you can change someone's rank. So if you want them to be a Jedi or a clone, and those have different power-ups. So if you just want to do /SW rank, now, you can see there are different power-ups for different classes.
Alright, so I'm going to quick do that. So, these are the series of allow me to read these. Jedi keep items on death. Sith force rage kill to increase it. The higher the user's force rage is, the more powerful potion effects are added. Bounty hunter, no power up yet. Clone user always has the basic 8 troopers, and normal, no power up. So that's very cool.
Yeah, so say if I were to set myself to a clone, so I'm going to have these 8 troopers, as we saw earlier.
Right. So if I did then, for myself, good, 21, and I shall be a Jedi. Return is now a Jedi. And it also will change what your chat, what it says in your chat as well. So we'll start saying, it will say the rank that you are.
Yeah.
Now, does this have permissions X support or different types of permission plugins where if you wanted to assign perhaps different prefixes or different colors, does it have like colors that will show up in game if you had a chat color support?
I think yes. Though I'm not sure. Did you see earlier when you actually typed in /SW rank it showed the colours?
I did.
Yeah, I think it will show those colours.
Alright, that's very cool.
And the permissions used for this plugin are just default Bukkit permissions, nothing special, so hopefully it should support all permission plugins.
At some point in time.
And then you've got /SW or /Star Wars, which basically it allows Star Wars variations on the default commands. So in the latest version I'm currently testing, you've got /Star Wars give, and you can give yourself lightsabers or blasters, which you wouldn't normally allow to give yourself.
That is very cool.
So the only one in the current version is /SWTP, so it allows you to teleport between the planets, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's very basic, very simple.
Then I'll just cover a few more things before we go to a different planet, which are drones. So it looks like a dispenser. It's drone on the second line. Turn into a dispenser. You jump. Oh, what? Just deleted it. Anyway, so you jump to make it go up, and then you walk forwards to make it go forwards or backwards or backwards. It will default go down. It will default glide down after a while. What you can do is if you left click. I think it's left click. No, left click shoots, and right click it then converts your view to be the view of the drone, so you can use it for spying.
That's very cool.
That kind of thing.
And also with the new update of 1.5, I've also changed its direction too, so will it fire down as well?
Yeah, I think I haven't got around to updating this part yet, but I see that when you normally just leave it, it will default point down. So yeah, so you can in fact shoot down, I think. Yep, there you go.
Very cool.
There you go, and just press shift and it will just remove it.
Cool.
Then you've got ship consoles. Nearly done now. So this is kind of a kind of computer in Minecraft.
All right.
I'm gonna have to click.
I see.
So when you put this down, you write down second line ship in square brackets, and then it'll build a ship console for you.
Oh wow.
So you can press the buttons on the front, and it will toggle between the ships you can make. So you press the one on the right.
Oh, okay, I see. Million fucking. So you can read all these information here. This is Oh, there is a lot to this plugin. It would take a very long time to learn how to use it. Ships.
Yeah,
So there's
but
different.
currently 2 ships implemented, and only one of them actually built.
Okay.
So you can toggle back now to the Millennium Falcon. So you basically put the cost in these 2 chests. So it says 4 diamonds. So clear my inventory. So 4 diamonds would be 3, 4. And this doesn't have to be an exact amount. You can just put like a 64 stack in, and it will do it for you. It will take it off the stack. So and it can be spread across the 2 different chests. Especially later, there might be ships that require great resources, and you might have to use both chests. Then you just click the bottom right sign, and there's not enough room to make the ship. I'll just have to
go with a smaller ship then.
Yeah.
There we
I'm
go.
actually just gonna fly over here a bit. There might be a bit more room as well.
Yeah, some of the I do note that some of these ships, depending on their size and what type they are, you will need a massive amount of room to create them. So things like Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing and stuff require quite a bit of space. So there may be cases where you may actually have to make things as we have out in the water area here, where it's nice and open. So that's just something to keep in mind when doing that kind of thing.
So here we go. There you go.
Oh wow, very cool. Yeah,
So
the Millennium Falcon is actually my personal favorite, so this is kind of a nice treat for myself. That's very cool.
what you also kind of like to hear is in the next version, there's being a revamp of the Millennium Falcon, so it's a bit bigger and it can actually fly. So this one's just a model at the moment, can't fly.
Okay, and I'll go inside here.
And the data values are a bit messed up, so
That is extremely cool. And I love that you can just like walk around and walk around it like it's a full little area that you've built. That's very cool.
yeah, so it's just like it just builds it on cue. You can't remove this is kind of stuck there, but of course you could use like a sound bomb or a seismic charge even to destroy it. Yeah,
Okay.
so I think other planets.
Alright, so I'll fly out here. Man, this is very cool. I love this. This is fantastic.
You can actually fly straight up and you'll get into space. That's configurable, but you may want to be careful, it's 0 gravity in space.
Alright. So, eventually...
You have to go quite high.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring a lightsaber.
This is, Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So we are now in space.
So if you press F3, you can see your Y coordinate.
And, my screen just changed. Now I'm suddenly surrounded by rain.
It rained in space, you can say.
Okay. Sort of a little asteroid storm.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming if you were to suddenly to drop...
Well, try to drop, you can't. 0 gravity.
So you would have to hold shift and fly down then.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Oh, sorry. We seem to have lost the connection.
Oh, wow. Whoa. And I'm suddenly in Tatooine.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. Look what we have here then.
Right, so we're in Tatooine. I'll just check my coordinates. Okay. Yeah, we're cool. Right, so I'm using the Star Wars text right now. But anyway, do you want to take a red lightsaber?
I do not have one on me actually.
You're probably going to need it. So this is Tatooine. It's another planet which generates in a different folder on your computer or server folder.
Yes, I would like to actually make a quick little note. When you go to generate the files for this for this plugin, it will generate. And perhaps I can go over this in a part 2 video. it will generate world files that are the different worlds of the plugin, and so it has automatic world support. So just a little note in that you'll have a few extra world files in your plugin directory, or your server directory, sorry.
Yeah, so now we're on Tatooine. So this is fairly, you can pretty much see what it's like. It's sand, and we're in a cloud layer at the moment, and these are water hydrators. Underneath there is water.
Oh wow.
And if you're lucky, you can find one that has a dispenser in it, and that will give you a regeneration potion. Yeah.
Very cool.
You can also find, so over here, look, I've managed to find one. Oh, both, what I was both looking for. So here there's one here, and then there's also levers on it, so you can click the lever, and there's a regeneration potion over here.
Very cool. So it's like a little Easter egg type thing.
Yeah, also, three have generated right next to each other, but there are chests here, which have lightsabers in, and force powers.
Oh wow, very cool.
But we can run straight on to the next part, which is Jawas. So, you know Jawas, they like disable your droids. And
Right.
Yeah, so what they do is they steal stuff from your chest. So if I keep looking in this chest, there's a green lightsaber in it. But now you'll notice the green lightsaber is gone. Where's it gone to? Well, what happened is it's gone to the coordinates 0, 0, the coordinates pretty much 0, 0, 0. There is a Jawa cave at this, I don't know, Jawa.
Yeah.
A Jawa cave at this position. So we've actually got quite a way to run. We're quite far away from 0, 0. But, so this is where you'll think, these are where your items are. And there, as well as there's a cave and a chest, there's also a Jawa there who will come out and he'll fight you to fight for your items.
Very interesting. I think I see two villagers, perhaps. The world keeps generating quite. Make sure I don't try and get ahead here.
Also, underground you'll find dungeons, a kind of Tatooine version of dungeons, and they have red lightsabers and dark force powers in them.
Wow, that's very cool. So hopefully we'll find one of these Jawa caves. That'd be cool to show that off.
Yeah, so we're not far now. So they always generate in the same location. I've done this just so, you know, if you've lost your items, you know exactly where to come back to get them. And you need permissions to have your items taken, so it's just a kind of annoying thing for moderators, really. No, it's just because you can set the permission to be negative or permission false, and you won't have it. So about 300 blocks away now, and I'll tell you when we should stop running, because otherwise they'll send out someone. They fight quite viciously, they can kill you. You can block their attacks with lightsabers, don't forget. Also, if you hold the lightsaber, you can see it's lighting up.
Right, yes. This goes back to the fact that the lightsabers create that torch effect. It'd be cool if it actually created a glowstone effect around it, because I think glowstone is a little bit brighter.
Oh yeah, I think that's not a bad idea at all, but... Right, so, about 150 blocks away.
Oh man. It's quite a little bit of, there's a little bit of lag in loading the world, but I think it's just because I'm recording and such. This is somewhat of a processor-intensive plugin, but it's still totally worth it.
Right, so we're not far at all now. In fact, you might just be able to see it on the horizon. Right, okay. Just wait here for the world to generate now. Don't go any closer. So here it is, actually. Right there. It's on the horizon. So you may want to go into survival mode for this, so you can see the full effect.
Oh, okay.
Just about make it out. Oh, whoops.
Oh dear, oh bloody, oh dear. Oh, We're in survival mode. Probably doesn't help that. You can just teleport back to me. I have your things. Well, that was interesting adventure.
Right, just wait a second. Hopefully they won't send a Jawa out to fight us yet. Just
here's a lightsaber for you. Oh no, I can't move. I can't move my mouse. My mouse got stuck. I need to fix that.
Okay, so here we have. There's a Jawa who's about to fight you. Just watch out. He's behind you. Right, so we're on the last bit, which is Jawas. So there's actually some villagers who are about to come out and fight us. Can you see them?
Yep, and I just killed one.
So they're quite easy to kill with a lightsaber, but they do hurt you quite quickly. So if you're not ready for them, then they will kill you. So we lost a green lightsaber before, and that should be in this cave here.
Oh wow.
So here's the chest. And there we go. Look inside it, there's a green lightsaber.
Da-da. Very cool.
Yeah, so that, I think, is pretty much it.
Alright, so yes, this is I know this was a bit of a long video, but it's definitely one of the very cool plugins I've seen. I've seen a lot of plugins like this. Well, not like this, but I've seen other plugins, but this one really takes a lot of the Star Wars elements and really implements it into Minecraft, and it kind of gives Minecraft a whole new level of gameplay and stuff. And this would be fantastic for an RPG server, or if you want to have a Star Wars themed server, this plugin would definitely do it for you. So with that, this has been Grid21 with TheTruePrime showing off the Star Wars plugin, and I will put a link in the description below to the link to the plugin itself. You can read over all the information again in case you missed any of it. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully soon. Goodbye.